What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Mike, and I'm back with part 7 of my story of how I became homeless and why I'm at where I'm at now. The last part I left off at was when I went to from LA to I went to Texas. So I booked my trip to Texas. That was one of my best trips. I enjoyed the trip to Texas the most, probably because it was the longest trip. But just the scenery to Texas was beautiful. Also, all the cities I passed through, we went through a lot of other. We went through not a lot, but I say we went through other states to get there, and it was I liked the scenery and all that, so that was cool. One of the best drives was to Texas. So we finally get to Texas. Once again, I'm not drunk. This time I'm drinking a Nas energy drink. It's carbonated, so of course it's gonna make you burp. So we get to Texas. It took 2 days to get to Texas. Taking a Greyhound, because you make so many stops in between, because you're going, like I said, you're going through different states. So you stopping everywhere pretty much. Like I'll say we make stops every, I don't know, it felt like every 2 hours, and then sometimes you'll go 4 hours and then stop, and then every stop in between, we take about a 15 to 30 minute break. Then you gotta wait for layover. You go to the station, like they'll stop in a certain state, and then they'll switch bus drivers, and then you'll stop right there, and then you'll so say we'll be at the certain station. Let me take this out. I was taking the cord out or whatnot, but you might so you stop at the station, you stay for layover, and while you at layover, say you might stay at layover for, when I was on the way to Texas, the layover was only like a couple hours. I'll say like 2 hours or so. And then you get on the bus and you back on the road again and doing the same thing. You're going all the way down. You're going all the way down to your destination, and then every stop is about 15 to 30 minutes. They stop on the road so you can get something to eat. Everybody usually get off the bus. They'll stop at like a restaurant or something. You can get McDonald's or wherever we stopped at, Jack in the Box. Shoot, I just seen Denny's. Yeah, wherever we stop at, pretty much everybody just goes in to get something to eat. Gas station, convenience stores, and everybody just go in and get something to eat so they can have snacks on the bus. So, yeah, pretty much I enjoyed that whole trip to Texas. I got some, for those 2 days, I got some sleep. I got some rest, resting my mind up. And I felt actually relieved. And I actually thought about stopping on the way to Texas, because I was going to Dallas. I thought about stopping and going to San Antonio, and then I thought about going to Houston. But when I was thinking about going to those places, it was certain things that certain people were saying that was getting me to not go to those places. Like, oh, you stop in San Antonio, now you're gonna have to deal with this, and they're on their way and all this. And so I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna stop here in San Antonio because they said this gonna happen. So then I was like, damn, maybe Houston. And then as soon as I start looking up stuff about Houston, now they like, oh, you might not want to go to Houston because you stop in Houston, you might run into these problems. So I'm just like, all right, I ain't gonna stop in Houston either. So I was like, my best bet would be either other than Dallas, it was the other one. I can't think of it off the top right now, but I'm having memory. I be having like my memory when it comes to certain terms and stuff. I can't even remember no more. I've been through so much stuff. Um, but yeah. So I was like, my best bet would be to go to Dallas. So I went to Dallas. We got to Dallas probably around like two. I'll say like 2:30 in the morning, some crazy. No, I'll say like 12. It was like 12 something in the morning, because I remember I had time. And so get there, it's like a ghost town, nothing anywhere, nobody out, nothing, and it's like super windy. And then one of the first things I noticed is it had its own smell, like it had its own smell, like country like smell. Like, I don't know, it wasn't a bad smell, it was just a different smell, like something like if I was a native of there, I would be used to it, because I did get used to it. And it wasn't a bad thing. It was cool. I actually liked it, because it felt like a welcoming. Once you got used to it, it's like, okay, you're used to it now, so it's like you're almost becoming part of it. Like, I don't know, it was weird. But so and it was super windy. Like, the wind was so windy that it felt like it could just blow you away type. Like so from that point, I walked around. I looked for the nearest shelter I can go to. Everything was closed at that time. It's already 12 and everything closed. I called one shelter, nobody answered. So I thought the shelter wasn't running no more. So I called another shelter that wasn't working either. So that night I just I walked around. I found I was over. I don't want to say exactly where I'm at, cause I might go back and then, you know. So I went to one area, and then I was laying down right there. I guess security saw me on the camera, and he came and told me I couldn't be there, whatnot. So I was like, cool. So I wandered around some more, found another area where it was nothing. Nobody was tripping or saying nothing. It was low key too, and this is back before. So I'm in Texas. I'm feeling like I'm safer now. Like, I'm in Dallas, so I'm feeling like I'm safer. So now I'm just laying down in the open, just like I'll lay down in the open, on the ground, just in the open. And security came again, and see, this is understandable. Like, the way it was being handled back then was completely understandable. I'm like literally out in front on the sidewalk. I'm not the sidewalk, but I'm right in front of the business, just laying down. Like, I'm right there, like you can see me and everything. So that's understandable. The way that they handle it now is just like, come on, ain't no way. Like, I'm in the cut, low key. I didn't make no noise coming in. Come on, and you still talking about you found me? Hell no. Why would this part of the building even be a part of your route? You know what I'm saying? Most security, they check around the premises. They don't go, I'm going to go in the basement and I'm going to go look in every single room. I'm going to look behind boxes and shit. Like, no, they don't do all that. What they do is they just check around the perimeter of everything, make sure everything cool. You didn't see nobody go here, go there. That's cool. That's how they do it now. But back so that's understandable why they stopped me. They told me to get up then. I was laying right there in the open. So I went to another space. I found another space. It was cool. It was like a little low key spot. And then yeah, I just laid there. And I just remember it being freezing cold, super cold. It was almost around this time of the year, like, shoot, maybe, I think probably, yeah, because it was super cold. So I would say probably like around this time, springtime. And it was windy. And I remember I couldn't even go to sleep because it was so cold. I was just shaking the whole time. And I remember when the sun finally did come up, I was so grateful to see the sun, because I was like, finally some heat gonna come in. And so I was like, okay, so today I'm gonna look for those shelters and see if they open today. So I found a shelter, the same shelter I had called. I went back over there. I was searching around the premises. I didn't see no opening still. So then I ended up calling, and they told me where the opening was at. On the answer phone, I found out where the opening was at, and then they told me how to get in. And pretty much they say you can bring only one bag. They got to do a bag search on you before you come in, and you got to go through the metal detector, so don't have nothing metal on you. Yeah, I was cool with the whole process. I waited my turn because they process you in. Because they actually, once you get processed in, they process you for like getting into, once you get in, they put you in a program to where they try to get you a job. And so you can pretty much get out of there. They get you in so you can get out pretty much. And it's a first come, first serve type. But once you're in type. Like, you're in. So, from there, here I got somebody coming right now. It's on a Sunday. I'm at the same spot. And he ain't doing nothing but looking at me. See, I ain't lying. This is the spot where I can use this is the spot where I could charge my phone. I'm gonna look for other places also. I've been going to and this shows that it's not real, because it happens at every school that I go to. Usually it be empty, and then all of a sudden now it's people here riding around like that, and it's kids showing up with their parents and all that, and the kids is repeating everything that I'm saying. And yeah, so yeah, I got a good time to talk. I get into the shelter, and everything going cool. I meet with my counselor. We talk about God, and we talk about starting our life over. And I knew she knew who I was, just the way we was talking with each other. I knew she knew who I was. And I was literally thinking in my mind that I was going to have a fresh start. I'm like, I finally got away from the crazy neighbor and everything. I'm about to have a fresh start. Just give me a job and just stay out here in Texas and just do my thing. And that's all I wanted to do. That's all. I just want a regular job, just live a regular life. That's all. Probably get on YouTube still. That's just a passion of mine. Like now, even if nobody's watching, you see I still upload. It's just a passion of mine, to want to make videos and want to record. I love it. So I was literally thinking that I was gonna have a fresh start. And I remember I talked with the lady about that, and I signed all my paperwork. I went to my first, because they have you go to like a training meeting. It was like not training, but you gotta watch this video. You gotta go and watch these videos after you get in. And it's pretty much talking about how it's gonna be when you're there. And then you have to go to a church. You have to go to church every, I think once a week. You have to go to one of the church meetings or something like that, because they do like religious meetings. It's just requirements of what they require, I guess. So from there, I did all that same night. I did all my requirements same night. except for one of the meetings or the church. I didn't go to the church yet. So I think I said I was gonna do it the next day or sometime that week. And so I get settled in, I go up, and what they do is all your luggage, they take all your luggage, and like if you have like extra clothes and stuff, they take it and they put it all in a bag, and you have to ask for your stuff now. So from that point, I got my tag number, and then and pretty much they have my stuff now. So now I gotta ask for all my stuff except for my backpack. And so from that point, let's see, everything was going cool. I was able to shower. They serve you food, and I knew people wasn't doing stuff to my food because it's the same food that everybody eat. All they do is get a scoop and they put it on your plate, and then you can say what you want and what you don't want. So it's like, you was eating all good food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most people there was already working because out there it's plenty of jobs out there. You can work easy. All you gotta do, like out there, you can find a job easy working on the field because they got a lot of field work out there. No experience required. All you got, because they'll show you how to do it, and then you work on the field, and just like that, you got a job. That's the thing about Texas. Well, that part is there's jobs available for everybody. Like pretty much, you can get a job real quick out there. So which was my plan. I was like, man, I'm about to go ahead and just work on one of these fields. Then that's what I'm about to do. Forget all that applying and waiting. I'm about to just go work on the field real quick and make some dollars. And that's what they was telling me I could do. Or they said you could wait, start applying, and take your time like that. You got free shelter here. You could shower, you eating here, and everything. So that was an option too, I guess. Everything going smooth, man. I was loving it. The only thing was, you get a couple side eyes here and there, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably because they know who I am. Like, I'm even known out here in Texas. So I'm just like, yeah, they probably know who I am out here. And this is when I started notice I was known, like, because I'm all the way in Texas, and they acting like they know me type, like, get a couple side eyes in here, and people, they'll say a couple things, and it's like, I think they know me. So from that point, everything was going smooth. I was getting sleep until I think I was only there a couple days until my first notice that the group was on their way. People started telling me it's only gonna take them a couple days to get here, or a couple hours or something like that, something crazy. They was like, they on their way here pretty much. People was telling me. And I'm just like, oh man, who, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hopefully I'm just hearing shit. I'm not really, hopefully I'm just hearing stuff. Like, I didn't want to really believe that. I'm like, damn, like, I thought I was going to be able to start my life over. I thought I was going to be able to just get a job and just work, do this YouTube, and just do it like that. But nope, whoever it is, they just own me. And it was just like kind of irking my nerves. Like, why are they on me so bad? This is annoying. Like, I'm like, I was literally getting annoyed. Like, why are they on me so bad? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, what do you want with me? Like, what did I do to you? I don't know you. Why are you following, chasing me everywhere? I don't know you. So, yeah, just thinking about it makes me feel annoyed just thinking about it, because it's just like, it's ridiculous. Like, I went to Texas to start my life over, and all they did was just make it worse. So I'm in Texas, because this is one of the giblets right here where everything got confirmed of who it was. So so they told me pretty much the people was on their way. People was talking to each other, asking if they were gonna pay for it, and he's like, "This my last $500 and stuff." He was like, "I can use my last 500 and see what we can do then." So it's in my head. It sounded like it was some setup shit going on. Like he talking about money and talking about what we could do and all that. So it sounded like a setup. So now I'm feeling nervous. They talking about people coming. They talking about this money and all this. And he calling on the phone looking suspicious. He always wondering where I'm at this point. Because now I'm like, okay, let me try and move around and see if this person gonna follow me. So I'm moving around. He following me places. He hopping on the phone, texting and all that. He's keeping my location now at this point. So now I'm feeling like, okay, now he following me. It's something strange going on. Now this hit shit then came all the way to Texas. So now I can't. That same night, I remember I couldn't even sleep, like, because now I'm feeling like hella paranoid. I didn't get in the shower or nothing because I feel paranoid. Oh, another thing, I went in the shower. I had before I went on my trip, my mom had gave me some pain pills or whatever. I went. Now I know to just take my shit with me if I was to go back. But I left and I came back and my pain pills was missing, pretty much. And all they left me was the psycho meds that the hospital had gave me that I was never taking anyway, because those pills, they make you feel trapped inside of your body. Like, it numbs your mind so much to where it just makes you feel trapped inside of your body. Like, why do I feel trapped inside of my body type? Like, that feeling is just, it's unexplainable. Like, that feeling, like, man, I just didn't like that. You felt trapped inside of your own body, like, and pretty much you're inside your body, but you're just seeing everything as it was, like, and then feeling like you can't do nothing about it type. That was a weird feeling. I didn't like taking those pills. I forgot what they were called, but I didn't like taking those pills, and I just threw them away because that was a weird feeling. And so from I couldn't sleep that night, and then I get up the next morning. I'm like, cool, they didn't set me up, because that's all they was talking about the night before was the money and being on the phone watching me as I was laying down and sleeping. I was watching the door the whole night. Man, it was a terrible feeling. And so the next day come, everybody goes to work. Pretty much the place was like empty, because either people go live their life in Dallas, or like they go visit their friends, they go to work, or whatever they got going on. And most people work though, because most people is out of there by like 6-7 o'clock. But you can stay all day if you want. It's up to you. It's up if you busy or not, or whatever you got going on. So even the dude who give you your stuff back, like, say if you give your number and you ask for a certain item, and even he told me, he's like, they here. I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. All I heard was they here. I called my dad and I told my dad that I was in Texas. He's like, what you doing in Texas, man? Man, I was like, it's some fishy stuff going on. I don't know what's going on at the house. My mom and all them, my brothers, they acting weird. Everybody acting weird. So I had to get up out of there. And I was like, I think they trying to set me up with the neighbor and stuff. And my dad, he like, oh man, you need to calm down. Like, you just going crazy right now and all this. And he was like, I think you need to go back to the mental health facility. And everybody kept feeding that I needed to see a mental health physician. Um, but not even knowing that what I was going through was real the whole time. But everybody was claiming that it was a mental health issue. Um, so I get off and I told my dad, I was like, man, I'm probably thinking about coming back now, cause they saying that they here, and all this. Whoever it is, they saying that it's here. So I'm like, I might have to just go back to LA. So my dad told me if I do come back, give him a call and let him know. And then I asked him, I was like, if I come back to LA, can I come stay with you? He was like, you gotta think about it and all that, and he'll see. So, and this is where, it got kind of grimy with the family and all this right here also. It's another little giblet. So my dad said, so we got off the phone, and that was that. So now at least he knows I'm in Texas, because nobody else knew where I was. So, because I knew if I told them that they was going to tell the neighbor, and then they was going to find a way to try to pop up, not knowing that they already had some kind of location obs on me. They had they knew some way somehow. So I'm just chilling. Let me get this part out before it goes out. It's about to go out. But so it's about 30 minutes or so passed by, and then before the guy said that they was here. So I'm chilling, and all I hear is this loud woo sound, like woo or some shit like that. So that's the same noise I heard when I was on the west side of LA, and the dude was looking for me, and that's the same that. And then I heard the dude talk. I was like, that sound like the neighbor voice right there. I said, what is he doing all the way in Texas? So I hear the other voice I was saying, talking to, was saying, the other voice that he was with, the black dude, it sounded like a black dude he was with. And so they walking so I guess they was together. And then you just hear them come in the building. You hear them come in the building, and they just yelling. He's just yelling all throughout the building. You can hear him. So I instantly grabbed my stuff. I asked the dude for my belongings. I stuffed my belongings as much as I could into my duffel bag, and I just took whatever I could by hand with me. And then I heard them yelling through the building. It sounded like they was on the second floor. So while they was on the second floor, I was on the fourth floor, the fifth floor. So while they was on the second floor running around, trying to unlock doors, I ran all the way down to the first floor, ran out, and the lady was like, she just shrugged her shoulders, and she was like, he acted like he was gonna shoot me if I didn't let him through. So once I heard that, I said, it's a wrap. I'm cool. I ain't coming back. So I left out. And I knew they was in the building running around there. I left, and I went like more into the Dallas area. I walked around Dallas area. I went to a parking lot where I was like, okay, I'm gonna just tell my dad, like, yeah, I just need to come back to LA and I need to stay there, because I was like, this food and came all the way out here to Texas, to Dallas, Texas, following me. And it's like, for what? I don't know, because I don't know you. I don't have no beef with you. What is your beef with me? Like, I didn't understand. And which is real. It's still kind of frustrating, because I just wanted to start my life over, and get away from that whole situation. And so I called my dad, and I was like, yeah, I might need to come back to LA. I want to come stay with y'all and all this. And he got to talk to my uncle about it, because they the ones who pay rent. And then since I don't make no income, they would have to put me on the lease, and I don't really pay rent, because they're gonna want to see my income and whatnot. And long story short, he said, call your uncle and see what he say. I called my uncle. I got the coldest reply, you feel me? The nigga said, this nigga said no. Like, I can't do it, like, just straight up no. Like, I ain't gonna think about it. Nothing. That nigga said no. Like, fuck you, no. Like, that's what it felt like to me. Like, fuck you, nigga. Like, that's what it felt like. And that nigga said no. I couldn't believe it. My heart dropped. I ain't gonna lie. So now I'm fucking stuck, homeless as fuck. I'm stuck homeless. And I'm sitting here in a parking lot in Dallas, with these people chasing after me. So now I don't know what to do. So I was like, my best bet would be to move around again. So I walked around the whole city again, and I was like, now I gotta leave Texas now. Everything was just getting good. And actually, while I was in Texas, I actually tried another shelter in between that. While I was in between the two shelters, I was at another shelter too, but I never spent the night at that shelter. I just checked in and got some free food, and yeah, that was cool. I forgot that part. But I had checked in, got some free food and everything, and that was cool too. So now I had to leave Texas again now. And the only reason why I went to that shelter is because when I started hearing about them coming back to when not coming back but coming to Texas, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I should move around to shelter. But when I actually heard them in the building, I'm like, okay, they're gonna actually come in. So I was just like, all right, I'm straight. Like, I just gotta leave Texas.